Hey YouTube, it's Jonathan, and today I'm taking you into my current everyday makeup routine and what's in my makeup bag. You probably won't be surprised by much of what's in this bag. You all know me, and you know I kind of get married to products these days. Of course, I will try things sometimes here and there that do make it into the bag for a while, and then they get replaced, and then, you know, things do change and evolve over time. But lots of the products in here are like good standby, like holy grail status products. You know, I've had the same brow routine forever. You know the powder I like, you know the bronzer I like. But I am starting out with a newbie. This is the Perricone MD Face Finishing Moisturizer Tint. I actually already have this on because I used it as part of my skincare routine. It's currently just the last step of my skincare routine, and it is a moisturizer with a little bit of a tint. I wouldn't say a tint as in coverage. It just lifts my skin tone a little bit, gives me a little bit of color, so it looks like I've actually been outside in the sun. And it has SPF 30 in it to protect me from said sun. So again, it's the last step of my skincare routine. All I do after I apply my serums and oils and whatnot is I put a little bit between my fingers, apply it to my whole face, neck, and chest, really anything that's gonna show in whatever shirt I'm wearing that day, because it does kind of warm up the skin. It kind of has like a bronzer in it. And when I apply it, I just make sure I rub it in, make sure I get everywhere, because you can tell a little bit if you miss somewhere. And then I also tend to apply a little bit of lash primer to my eyebrows during my skincare routine. So those two things I already have on. This is Cils Booster Primer. And I just apply that and brush my brows up, and that nourishes them. So if I'm not gonna be wearing any makeup that day, it also kind of holds them up and out, gives them like the effect of if I had gel on. And that is kind of what I look like right now. I have another new product. This is one of those kind of highlighting concealer pen things. This is the Givenchy Mr. Light in shade 2, Mr. Milk. This color may be just a little bit light for me right now since I started using that moisturizer with a tint, but no, it doesn't look too bad. It's just gonna lighten this area a little bit. I'll probably put a little bit out here. And I know this is like a brightening, highlighting kind of thing, but I'm gonna conceal anything that I need to with it as well, just because I don't really need a ton of coverage right now. And then usually I'll just blend that in with my fingers. If I'm being picky and want to nitpick and kind of really cover something, or just need a little bit of coverage overall, I have my Vichy Dermafinish concealer, or technically it's a foundation. I've been using it as a concealer. This is number 25 Nude. This is like my darker color, so it matches me when I have the tinted moisturizer on. I might just grab a little tiny touch of this just on my finger, and then pop a little bit just around my nose. A little bit of this goes a really long way, and the coverage is insane. So like, I have this little spot there. Maybe I'll just top up this concealer with that, but then I can just tap that in. I'm still obsessed with the bronzer from BareMinerals Invisible Bronze. I am using Fair to Light. I still need to pick up Medium. I think I've been talking about that since before I even like disappeared. Medium is probably a better shade for me for the summer. This one I can almost pretty much set my face with this color at this point. But I'm obsessed with this stuff. It's like the most beautiful, natural, barely there, almost looks like, literally looks like nothing, but just warms the skin tone up a little bit. And then I know it's weird to use a liquid highlighter on top of powdered bronzer, but I do it every single day and I don't have any problem with it. I use the Lancôme Click and Glow in number 3 and just dot that on top of my cheeks, a little bit right in the middle of my, like almost between my brows, but just slightly lower, and then across my Cupid's bow and brow bone, and then in fingertips. Always, always, always curl my lashes. I think I did this morning when I got ready, but I could always use another curl. You all know I'm married to the Sourcil Defini eyebrow pencil. This is my absolute holy grail eyebrow product. And I have been keeping my brows pretty natural as always. But again, they are sort of the focus of my look because they're really the biggest, you know, feature on my face. So I kind of take my time and just sculpt out the tail a little bit, make sure the arch is nice. This natural lighting leaves no room for error, man. A little gel to make sure my brows have as much texture as possible, and I always like to push them up, sort of that direction. And then lastly for lips, I'm going with an old standard, a little bit of Blistex. This is just the original Blistex. And this one is solely because it is pretty freezing. Actually today it's like 70 degrees, but it's been like 19 degrees. You saw the end of my last video. If you watched all the way to the end, you heard. So this is pretty much my everyday face for work, for hanging around, whatever I end up doing. I don't pretend to kind of do a full base anymore. This is just much quicker, simpler, and my skin is happier when I don't wear heavy foundation all the time. So this has pretty much been it since the last time I made like a makeup routine video. I know it's kind of boring and it looks pretty much like all of my other basic everyday makeup routines, but I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoyed the products that I talked about. I'm gonna try and link all of them in the description box below for you. Leave any comments if you have any questions or suggestions. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.